Today, I'm comparing CHFA and FHA, but actually I'm not. And the reason for that is because that's like comparing dogs and border collies. It's just not the right comparison. And that's the whole point of this video, is to clear up that misunderstanding and to compare what really should be compared. So let's get moving. What we really should be comparing is that's the amount of down payment assistance that CHFA will provide of combining FHA with CHFA financing.
You want to buy your first home, but maybe you don't have 20% to put down or perfect credit. That's okay. If you're committed to a home purchase, then I'm here to help you do just that, maybe even sooner than you thought possible. My name is Scott Wynn, and I am a licensed mortgage advisor with the Wynn and Eagan team at Citywide Home Loans. If you want to buy a home in the next 12 months, then click that subscribe button, and together we'll make it happen.
CHFA and FHA are different things, and so therefore they really can't be compared. See, CHFA, for all intents and purposes, is a mortgage company, and FHA is a mortgage product. Now, can I ask you a quick favor before I get too far into the video here? I don't want you to like this video, at least not yet. Here's what I'd like to ask you to do. As you watch this video, if you pick up something that would be helpful to you or you think would be helpful to others, then and only then would I like you to give me a quick thumbs up on this video. And the reason for that is because it tells YouTube that this was helpful to you and therefore will most likely be helpful to others so that I can reach more people just like you. So if we look at these two separately, we can understand why they really can't be compared. But there is still something worth comparing, and I'll talk about that here shortly. So first of all, let's talk about CHFA. See, CHFA is a mortgage company like Wells Fargo or Citywide Home Loans, right? They offer mortgage products, and that's where FHA comes in. FHA is one of those mortgage products. See, FHA can be compared to mortgage products like VA, USDA, and conventional financing. Those are all mortgage products. So comparing a mortgage company to a mortgage product, like CHFA to FHA, is really impossible. What we really should be comparing is FHA with CHFA or without CHFA. So let's do that now. Now, to compare FHA with and without CHFA, we really need to understand how FHA works in the first place. Now, there's a whole video talking about how FHA works, but let's just get to the major bullet points here. So FHA requires a 3.5% down payment. In addition to down payment, you also have closing costs. Now, I wish I could sit here and tell you that it's going to be X percentage or a certain dollar amount that you're going to have to bring to closing in addition to your down payment, but really it's impossible. And that's because closing costs vary so much from situation to situation. Closing costs are going to vary based off of the price of the home, your day of closing, your property taxes, your homeowner's insurance, the appraisal costs at the time. And so because of that, there's no way for me to tell you what that dollar amount is. But what I can tell you is that you're going to need some lump sum of money in addition to your down payment that you're going to have to bring to closing. So that's the first thing that we need to look at. Do you have enough money to cover both down payment of 3.5% and your closing costs? If the answer to that is yes, then likely you are going to be better off utilizing an FHA standalone product rather than combining that with CHFA financing. But if you simply don't have the funds, then that's where CHFA can be a great option. And that's because CHFA provides down payment assistance. CHFA has two major buckets for their loan products. They either have conventional products or government products. Conventional products are going to be their Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac options. Their government options include FHA, VA, and USDA financing. So if we utilize FHA with CHFA financing, we're going to be looking at either their FirstStep product or their SmartStep product. Both their FirstStep and their SmartStep products offer a second mortgage for up to 4% of their full loan amount in order to help with down payment and closing cost assistance. So that's what we'll be talking about today in terms of combining FHA with CHFA financing. So to determine the down payment assistance amount from CHFA, you take your purchase price minus your 3.5% down payment to get your base loan amount. And then you add in your upfront mortgage insurance premium that's required for FHA financing. That's 1.75% of the base loan amount added on to the base loan amount to get to your full loan amount. From there, you take the full loan amount and simply multiply that by 4%, and that's the amount of down payment assistance that CHFA will provide in the form of a second mortgage. That 4% will cover all of your down payment and then a small portion of your closing costs. So how do you pay for these closing costs? Well, it's either going to come from your own funds that you've set aside for making a home purchase, or a gift from a relative, or possibly negotiated as part of the contract to be paid for by the seller. But that's how CHFA works. CHFA will cover all of your down payment and a small portion of your closing costs with the down payment assistance second mortgage that they offer. So there you have it. CHFA versus FHA, or really FHA with CHFA versus FHA without CHFA down payment assistance.